The chance of flooding from tonight's potential storms is minimal. It's always on the minds of those who've dealt with it in the past.
But weather is not the only time water can cause damage. Northern News Now's Madison Green shows us how an infrastructure leak threatened to destroy some of the area's most historical war pieces.
Usually, the Veterans Memorial Hall in the Depot is filled with historical war veteran pieces. In July, the museum flooded, damaging the interior, requiring it to be completely stripped. The hall was filled with about 3/4 of an inch of water. The water leaked into the street-level space from the 4th floor of the depot. VMH leaders say this has never happened before. While the 300 historical pieces in the hall were not damaged themselves, the display cases, carpeting, and walls have been destroyed. Nick Jensen with the VMH says the decision to temporarily close the space was not easy.
When we consider the artifacts that we put on display, the stories, and the quality of presentation that our veterans community deserves, there was really only one option for us, even if it was a very painful one.
Jensen says the VMH anticipates the replacement will cost about $30,000 and hopes insurance will cover a portion. They have some money saved, but are also hoping for donations to cover the costs. While the interior is being replaced, some of the artifacts are being stored, while others are on display elsewhere in the depot. In Duluth, Madison Green, Northern News Now.
Thank you, Madison. Now, Jensen says they are taking this opportunity to not only redo the space, but to look at any improvements they can make.